Hi, my name's John Mortimer, and I work with organisations to help them to change, to transform, to work differently, to reinvent the way that they work. Now, I've been doing that for goodness knows how many years, and I work in both the public and the private sector. And I thought it was about time to help people to learn some of what I do and to help distribute this kind of learning that I've actually learned from other people. The reason that I'm putting these workshops on is that when I started working in organisations and doing change, I found actually that organisations were very disorganised, and I found that I couldn't really learn so much from those people working around me. I also found that doing change was very difficult, and a lot of the change that I did just didn't sustain. It didn't continue in the way that I thought it should. So I did two things. I firstly worked with people that were very clever and who knew how to do change far better than I could, who were very experienced. And the second thing I did is that I learned from those organisations that were already doing this, that were already working differently. And I think that's probably the greatest place that I went to find out. So this isn't about taking theory from books and sticking it into practice. This is about learning from those people that already do this. And that's what I bring to you in this workshop. So in terms of the basis of the workshop, this is about bringing different elements together. It's about bringing the methods of change. It's about bringing design, systems thinking, and complexity together. Now, each one of those in their own right is really quite successful and very powerful, but if you bring them together, they're even more powerful. So the work that I do is about linking those concepts up, and you're going to learn how to do that, but in particular, using case studies. It's not going to be about theory. It's not going to be about diagrams and whatever. It's actually about case studies and talking about this is what we did, this is how we did it, this is why we did it, these were the outcomes, this is the effect it had on the team, this is what they did, etc. The approach I take is that I work with the staff in the organisation. I work with the managers together to design the change. And I also co-design it with the customers or the people that we're here for. And that creates a very different type of approach, using a different type of methodology, one that's rooted in systems thinking. It's emergent, it is inclusive, and my role is both a facilitator and a leader at the same time. But I don't actually do the design, so it's really quite fascinating how that develops, and that's what I'm going to be taking you through, because one of the things that it does that other methods don't do is that it engages managers in a different way. So managers are part of the design from the first beginning, and that helps them to understand what's going on and to contribute directly to the change. They then start to lead that change. And what happens is not just about that, but actually they learn new techniques and methods on how to manage their operations, how to manage teams, how to manage people. And those are behaviours that they've always really wanted to know, but never knew how to do it. Now that makes a big difference, because the reality of that is that the outcome is that they accept and they go forward with that design well after I've left. It's obviously naturally person-centred because we focus on working with customers and people directly. We take new demands in the work that we do through the experimentation. The other thing that we do is when you come along and attend the workshop, we have that engagement and we work together on it, but you also bring your own challenges and issues that you face in your work. And we're going to be using that in the last day to actually apply some of the things that we've learned and see how you might be able to do things slightly differently. This is really for experienced people that have already been undergoing change themselves. And you may be a service designer, you may be an internal change consultant, you may be a service manager. So anyway, I hope that's been an interesting overview that gives you a little bit of an idea of what this workshop is about. Okay, thank you.